What's up, everyone? Today we're going to be talking about chordal qualities. This lesson is brought to you by yours truly, Maestro Robertson. Feel free to put this lesson online with the hashtag WeBoLearning because we do believe in learning here in Lancaster, and we want you guys to be successful in every way possible. All right, so with that being said, let's get started. Today for this lesson, you will need pencil, paper, and that keyboard manual. Now, as always, I will send the keyboard manual to both the GroupMe. I will also attach it to the assignment and to this PowerPoint in case you can't find it, okay? What is a chord, okay? A chord is a group of notes that combines to make a certain harmony when played simultaneously, with some exceptions such as arpeggiations, arpeggios, broken chords, or sequential chordal tones when you're playing different chords in different sequences. Typically, a chord consists of at least 3 notes, known as a triad, but can be as many notes as the composer or arranger wishes. If you have sung any of my arrangements of any songs, you know I typically add 4 and 5, sometimes 8 and 9 parts. We'll talk about jazz chords and combined cluster chords later, but we're only going to focus on 4 different chords today. How many chords are there? Lord, it's no way of actually knowing. Typically, most music educators say there are only 12 basic chords that you can have because there are 12 notes in a series of keyboard manuals. However, you can have as many. The possibilities are endless. So there's no way of knowing how many chords technically there are. Let's keep going. But as I said, we're going to focus on the major 4. The major chord, the minor chord, the diminished, and the augmented. All right, let's go with what we know a major chord to be. If we were singing do, mi, so, mi, do, and the minor, do, me, so, me, do, and diminished, do, me, se, me, do, and augmented, do, mi, si, mi, do. Yes, all of this stuff is coming back to you, I hope. If not, oh, we need to talk. What have you been doing all year? But let's keep going. How to determine chordal quality or triadic quality. I use the word chord because typically for you as a choir student, guys, chords are basically going to be 3 notes. Like I said, it can be cluster chords, but we're only focusing on 3 notes. Okay? So in order to start, you must know your musical alphabet, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. After G, it starts back over at A and keeps going. This can keep going forever and ever and ever. That's the same thing as do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. There is no cap. Once you get to the top do, you just keep starting over. For instance, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Yeah, and you keep going, but I'm not going to keep going for today. And you must be able to count from letter to letter, okay? Our major triad, dun, 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 we'll get there in a second. A major triad has 4 semitones, or half steps, between the original note and the 3rd note above. Our minor triad has 3 semitones, or half steps, between the original note and the 3rd above. I don't know why I have the letter A there, so disregard the A. Here we go. Warning, warning. Please hear me out when I say this, okay? Be sure to know, okay? Make sure that you start on the original letter when counting from letter to letter, trying to determine the number. Okay. For this, I need for you guys to look at my handy dandy keyboard that I have right here. Yes, yes, yes. I know it's beautiful. Don't hate. All right, so this first statement is saying the following. I need to be able to count from letter to letter, okay? But when I'm trying to figure out the number, and we'll get there in a second, I need for us to do the following. If I want to know how many numbers I have from C to E, I must start on C. So 1, 2, 3. That's considered a triad, okay? 1, 2, 3. Let's do another triad. D to F. 1, 2, 3. Another triad will be, you guessed it, E to G. 1, 2, 3. Another triad, F to A. 1, 2, 3. Now don't get confused. You can go backwards. Let's go F to D. 1, 2, 3. That's important to note because you must be able to count from the letter to letter by starting on the letter when trying to figure out the number. And that number is it C to D is 2 steps apart. C to E is 3. C to F is 4. Guys, we know this. Do, re, major second, do, mi, major third. Those numbers at the end that we're saying, that's what we're trying to figure out. Okay? But to the completely opposite side, the next rule over here states, make sure that you do not start on the original letter when counting from letter to determine the quality. When you're trying to figure out if it's major or minor or augmented or diminished, do not start on that letter. For instance, okay, if I want to go C to E, first thing I must do is count. Well, what's the number? Is that a triad? Is that a perfect fourth, a perfect fifth? I need to count. 1, 2, 3. Well, I know that it's going to be some type of third, but how do I know what type of third is going to be? So I must now count, like the lesson we did the other day, the half steps in between. I am not going to start counting, although my original letter is C, I am not going to start counting on this C. I'm going to go to the next step because we're counting half steps now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Let's say someone said count 3 half steps from C. Okay? From C. Do not start on C though. 1, 2, 3. Okay? And that's E flat. Now, this is important too to know, and we're going to go, and this can confuse a lot of people, so we're going to go over this a lot of times. The first thing I must do once again is count from letter to letter. I'm not at first worried about my half steps, okay? So I want, let's say, from D to F. Okay? Let's count. 1, start on D when I'm counting letters. 1, 2, 3. I know that between D and F, there is going to be some type of third. If it was a second, it will be 1, 2. Well, that's not D to F, that's D to E. If it was a fourth, start on D. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's D to G. So we know that D to F is a third because we start on D. 1, 2, 3. Now let's say I want 3 half steps from D. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Oh, well, that just worked out that time. It worked out because there's only 3 half steps between D and F. Now, if I wanted 4 from D, I have to start here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now remember, we wouldn't say E sharp because we've already used E in our sentence, okay? So that's important to note. Make sure you know the difference. When you're trying to figure out, is it a first, a second, a third, a fourth, a fifth, a sixth, or seventh, or even an octave, you must begin on the letter. If you're trying to figure out whether it's major, minor, diminished, or augmented, you do not start counting on the letter. You start on whatever half steps come immediately after that letter. Okay, let's keep going. Now, let's talk about a major triad. It says a major triad is built by having a major third, that's important. These 2 words here, major third on bottom and a minor third on top. We're going to look at an example. Here we go. I have 2 examples up here. I have an example of C major and F major. Now, let's look at the first one. This here is middle C, okay? This is middle C. So the next letter I know, and we have to remember our letters, remember? E, G, B, D, F, F, A, C, E, the spaces. This is middle C. C to E. Well, is that a first, a second, a third, a fourth, a fifth? I have no idea. So let me stop and figure it out. I'm going to go back to my handy dandy keyboard. C to E. 1, 2, 3. Well, I know that it's going to be some type of third. And so what I'm going to do is write, and pardon me, I'm going to grab some paper really fast to show you guys. I'll just put it right here for right now, okay? I'll move it a little closer. There we go. Okay, now, sorry about that. Here we go. Let's do this again. From C to E is some type of third. And I know that because I started on C and I counted up. 1, 2, 3. Now, I have to figure out if that's a major third or minor third, a diminished third or an augmented third. And I know that by the following. In our previous slide, let me see if I can go back here. It said a major triad has 4 half steps between the original note and the third note above. Meaning that if I hold my keyboard up here, if I start on C here, I hope you guys can see that. If I start on C, if I count to E, count the half steps, I will have to go 1, 2, 3, 4. That is a major triad. If it was a minor triad, the rule says a minor triad has 3 semitones, half steps, between the original note and the third above. Disregard the A again. So, if I want to know if it's a minor triad, I'm just going to go 1, 2, 3. Okay, so going back to, sorry about that. Going back to what we're looking at now, we're looking at C to E. Again, C to E. We've already said that it's a third because we counted 1, 2, 3. Now, let's count the half steps. 1, 2, 3. I'm so sorry. Do not start on the letter like I did. Count the half step again. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we know that this bottom triad right here is a major third. And we indicate that by doing the following. We write a capital M and a 3. From C to E is a major third because, again, there are 4 semitones, which are C sharp, D, D sharp, and E in between. Now it says, what is E to G? Well, holding this up, if I start here on E and I count my half steps, I will have to go 1, 2, 3. Well, the rule states that if it's only 3 half steps, that must be a minor third on top. And we indicate a minor third by putting a lowercase m and a 3. And a major triad is built by having a major third on bottom, which we do, and a minor third on top, which we do. So the overall quality of this whole chord is major. Okay? Let's look at the next example. We have F, A, C. This is an F major chord, and I'm giving you the answers beforehand so that you can know. But I want to break this down. First thing we do, again, is we count the letters in between. Looking at my handy dandy keyboard down here, F to A, start on the letter. 1, 2, 3. So we know that it's going to be some type of third, and that's what I mean when I say trying to figure out the number. We know that F to A is some type of third. Now we must figure out if this is a major third or a minor third. And we do that by counting the half steps, not starting on our original letter. We go to the next half step up. So, F, 1, 2, 3, 4. From F to A, we have a major third. So I'm going to write on my paper here, major third. Now, we've done the bottom one. We must look at the top 2 notes. We have A to C. Well, going back to our keyboard down here, And I don't have an extended keyboard, so bear with me, guys. We have 1, 2, and C will be right here. So we know that that's some type of third. Now we must count the half steps without starting on the letter A. Here we go. 1, 2, C will be right there. That looks like it's 3 half steps to me. So the top quality is a minor third. And the rule states again, whenever you have a major triad, it is built by having a major third on bottom and a minor third on top. So I'm analyzing, first thing I'm doing again, I'm counting in between letters, starting on the letter. And then after that, I'm simply counting the half steps, not starting on the letter. So that is what a major third is. A major triad is, when you have a major third on bottom and a minor third on top. Now, what's interesting about this is that a minor triad, I'm going to see if I can, because I have limited supplies while on isolation. Rogue has to try to use as much resources as I have, so you guys bear with me. I'm going to put this one right. Well, we're going to just hold it for right now. And I'll show you guys why in a second. It's kind of hard to put it up there. But anyway, now we're looking at a minor triad. A minor triad is built by the exact opposite of what the major triad is built upon. A minor triad has a minor third on bottom and a major third on top. So I am going to have to move this around some, but I'm going to ask that you guys bear with me. Okay? So, here we go. Let's look at our first example we have up here. We have D, F, and A. Again, the lines E, G, B, D, F, spaces F, A, C, E. This is E, I must go backwards, D. So, D to F. Let's count the letterings we have to get the number that we need. Start on D. 1, 2, 3. So we know it's going to be some type of third. So I'm going to write a 3 right here. But how do I know if it's a major third or a minor third? Again, I simply count the half steps without starting on the letter, the original letter, which is D. Go to the next half step above it. 1, 2, 3. Well, if it's only 3 half steps, that means it's a minor triad, and so I'm going to put a lowercase m. Okay? Now I have F to A. Let's see what the number entails. F, 1, 2, 3. Notice I started on F, and I counted F. 1, 2, 3. So it's going to be some type of third. 3. Now, is F to A a major triad or a minor triad? Let's count without counting F, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. We know that it is a major triad because it's 4 half steps in between. And I indicate that by putting a capital M. So, a minor third on bottom, major third on top. That must be a minor chord. How do you know what minor chord it is? Whatever the bottom letter is, since that's a D, this is a D minor chord. Now you can't really see that that's a D, but I'm trying to. All right. Now let me move my handy dandy whiteboard over. Yes, be creative. We have to be creative in these times, right? Oh, well, that's not creative. That's just bad. Let's scoot it over a little bit more so you guys can see. There we go. There. Yes, sir. All right. Here we go. This next example, we have F, A flat, and C. There's no flats on the C line. There's no flats. I'm sorry, C space. And there's no flats on this F space. The only flat I see that affects our chord is this A flat. Okay? So again, let's count the lettering. Now, pay close attention here because this one's a little different. Okay, we must start on F and we must go to A flat. So, look at our handy dandy keyboard. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. It's still three letters away, whether it's A flat, A sharp, A double sharp, it is still 3 letters away. So we know it's some type of third, okay? So on my paper, I can literally put right here, put a 3. Now, let's count the half steps from F, not starting on F, but from F, to see if it's a major triad or a minor triad. Here we go. 1, 2, A flat, 3. So I'm going to put a lowercase m here. Now I have from A flat to C. Well, from A flat to C is still some type of third because A flat, same thing. 1, 2, C will be right there, 3. So I'll put a 3 on top because I know it's some type of triad. Or some type of third, I should say. Now let's count from A flat to C and see how many half steps we have to determine whether it's major or minor. 1, 2, 3, C will be right here on 4. So that's a major triad. I put a capital M here. And since it's a major triad on top of a minor triad, and it says a minor triad is built by having a minor third on bottom and a major triad on top, this must be a minor chord. Which minor chord is it? What is this bottom letter? F. So this is an F minor chord. Notice I wrote that in lowercase. Okay? And I think you guys are getting the hang of this. There's only 2 more examples. 2 more chords that you have to worry about, but they're simple, guys. They're really simple. Now we're looking at the diminished triad. The diminished triad is an interesting triad in that, give me 1 second, I want to flip this over. In that it's built by having a minor third on top of a minor third. Do, mi, si, mi, do. Right? So we're going to look at the examples we have here. I have 2. And they're very, very close. So let me flip over my handy dandy whiteboard. That's what I'm calling it. Leave me alone. Put it right here for you. All right. So in this example, we have a C sharp, E, and G. So on these, I'm going to kind of speed through because it's easy. First thing you do is start on C and count up to E. Start on that letter. 1, 2, 3. I know it's some type of third. So I'm going to put a 3. Sorry. Put a 3 there. Start on C sharp and count up to E. Well, this is C sharp, and I want to count my half steps. 1, 2, 3. That's a minor triad. So, with that being said, I'm going to put a lowercase m. Okay? Now it says from E to G. Count the letter, count up to see what the number will be. 1, 2, 3. Some type of third. Count the half steps now from E to G without counting E. 1, 2, 3. Minor. I have a minor third on top of a minor third. That is a diminished triad. Which diminished triad is it? What is this bottom letter? A C sharp. So this is C sharp diminished. Diminished, write D-I-M and put a dot. That's what diminished means, okay? This next example over here. We have C to E flat to G flat, C to E, 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'm going to put a 3 here in a second. Now E to G, 1, 2, 3. I have 2 3s, I'm going to put them right here. 3. Uh-oh, I'm sorry. My marker's running out, guys. Sorry. 3, 3. C to E flat. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Minor. E flat to G flat. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Minor. That is a C diminished chord. Now, do not get confused. This one is C sharp diminished, and this is C diminished. Okay? And our last triad that we have to worry about, the augmented triad. Give me 1 second. Bro, we have to flip over this board, you know, it's cool. Have to save paper, guys. When I'm out, you know how it is. Alright, now an augmented triad is the completely opposite of the diminished, okay? Augmented is a major third on top of a major third. So I'm going to kind of speed through because you guys get the idea of how to do these exercises now. Here we go. Let's look at this first example. We have C to E. We know that C to E is a major third. It's major third because C to E is a third. And there's 4 semitones or 4 half steps in between. E to G sharp. Let's count that one. 1, 2, 3. It's still 3 letters in between, so it's some type of third. Now start on E and count the half steps up to G sharp. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 4, major third. How do I know what type of augmented triad this is? What is this bottom letter? It's a C. This is C augmented. For augmented, I want you to do the following. You're going to write a C, A, U, G plus. There's also another way of writing C augmented. You can write a C plus, okay? Because that's the letter and the plus sign means bigger, so it's augmented. Let's look at the next one. Sorry. All right. For this one, let's look at the sharps we have first. You have to be able to determine what sharps you have and which letter, which space or line they fall on. Okay. I have a C sharp, but I don't have a C down here, so I'm fine. I have a D sharp, no D down here, I'm fine. I have a G sharp. I do have a G, so that means that this is going to be sharp, and I have an F. I have no F down here, so I'm fine. So the only 2 notes that I have to worry about, based off our key signature and our accidental, is G sharp and B sharp, okay, because the accidental here, the sharp. So E to G is some type of third. We know that because of 1, 2, 3. And then from G to B is some type of third again. 1, 2, 3. So my numbers will be 3 here and 3 there. Now, let's figure out what type of third they are. E to G sharp. We just literally did that one over here, remember? E to G sharp. We said that that's a major third. So I'm going to write a major third on bottom here. And from G sharp to B sharp. Now B sharp, everyone, is C. Remember, there's 2 notes on the 2 areas on the keyboard in which there is no black notes, and that's E and F and B and C. B sharp is the same thing as C. C flat is the same thing as B. E sharp is the same thing as F. F flat is the same thing as E. And we'll talk about enharmonics next week. But anyway, G sharp to B sharp. Start on G sharp. 1. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, B sharp, 4. That's a major third. That means this will be an augmented E augmented chord. Okay? So I'm going to take down my whiteboard here and put it here. And that's pretty much what your exercise, your homework will be over this next week. Okay? As always, if you have any questions, feel free to hit me up. I'll be more than happy to help you. But this is the end. Have a good day, guys.